Hi everyone, and welcome along to Meet Your Trading Experts live and free. My name's Paul Botterill. It's my absolute pleasure to be here, and I am I'm the managing director of Accidents to Wealth and the trading mentor to the Accidents to Wealth online trading teams. Gosh, it's wonderful to have you guys along today. Good to see so many in the room already for today's session. It is a bit different today. It's not just about interviewing a trader. We're going to be talking about the STEP strategy. We've got Ash and Alexis in the room with us who were part of the people who are presenting the course for us on this weekend. And I'll be talking a little bit about the road to creating the strategy and what we're trying to achieve with it as we go through it. Look, I think you'll find it a really interesting session, and I am very much looking forward to bringing it to you. Look, before we do that, I'm just going to get myself a little bit more organized. So I've got a busy time, guys, busy time. Welcome, everybody. Let me have a look and see who's in the room. So I can say hi. There we go. Hi, Ash. Hey, Alexis. Hey, Charlene. We'll see you on the weekend for the course. Crystal, nice to have you along again. Gary, always a pleasure to see you in as well. Jessica, nice to have you in. Congratulations on the recent program. Lewis, nice to have you along as well. Mark, good to see you, mate. I hope things are okay in Bali, mate. I've been talking to Shane. We're just doing another villa down there at the moment, and boy, I wish I was in Bali. I'm missing the chance to pop through and get a bit of that sunshine down there, mate. It's this New Zealand summer is not what it's supposed to be picked up to. And Paresh, I saw you in. If you just popped, there you are. Paresh, I've messaged you on Skype. I didn't have a chat with you about some stuff as well. Hey, Shafiq, how you going? Good to have so many in the room, and also I'm sure, no doubt, plenty of people on the live stream as well. So lots of messages coming in on the live stream on YouTube and Facebook. It is good to have your company. And look, we're going to start off today the way the format for today is going to be exactly the same. What I'm going to do is I'm about to do a quick market overview. Take about 5 minutes. We'll skim through some charts and talk about what's happening in the market. I think it's a fascinating time in the market. We'll cover that stuff off. Once we've done that, we'll be having a chat with Alexis and Ash about the STEP strategy. Unfortunately, Lloyd, who's the founder of the strategy, if you like, he can't join us today. He's got a bit of a family issue to deal with. So I'll talk a little bit about creating the strategy and what we're trying to achieve. I'm going to try and speak more slowly so you guys can understand me. And we're going to give away, at the end of it, we're going to give away one person from today. We're going to lucky draw, and one person will win a chance to join us on the weekend and to do the program for free. If you're already doing the program and we draw you out, we'll refund you, and we will have the chance for a couple of others to join us if they want to. We are going to repeat our deal from yesterday on this. It is, guys, it's a program that, in my view, you want to be part of. I think it's pretty special in its own way. Now, let me just check who these came in a while ago. Hey, Paresh, good morning, mate. Hey, Isabella and Crystal, nice to hear from you all. Look, I'm going to share screen. We're going to have a look at some. Charts because it's what we do, and that's how I like to start every day. And it's like how I like to start every show. In all honesty, look, I won't get up. We've got the resident expert on the FTSE, Ash, who could come in and give me some real help on this. But look, these pictures on here. I'm just going to. Where am I going to? They're going to go up the top. There we go. Ash is here. He could talk FTSE, but I'm going to keep it to myself and pretty simple. Look, what's really interesting to me about the market today, and I said this, when the market opened many hours ago when I did my market review, in fact, about just under nearly 12 hours ago, that what it appears to me is we have these two things converging. We've got key levels being found by a lot of different things, and we've got NFP Friday. We've got very little news today, Thursday. We've got Canadian and US unemployment on Friday. NFP is the big mover of the financial of the Forex markets, and it seems to me that we may hang around the levels we're at until the NFP and see whether the NFP pushes us through or bounces us. So here's one of these things, So FTSE back up at some interesting levels. Haven't been at this level for a little while. Gosh, these things are a bit of a pain. So we're back up around this level here. Couldn't get through it yesterday. Haven't got through it today. A 4-hour close above this would make me pretty bullish on this, to be honest. I'll be looking to get well up towards maybe weekly resistance too. And look, when you're in these levels, I'm just going to see if I can get rid of all these pictures. We'll get them back later on. I presume you guys can still see me. I can't see you guys anymore. You guys can still see me? Can you still see me? If someone could let me know if you guys can still see me, that would be great. I'm showing video. I just don't have the little thing up anymore because it was a bit of a pain. Look, let's bring in some You guys can still see me. Sorry about that. Hey, Dominic, James is trying to get hold of you if can still see me. Sorry about that. Not much I can do about it. If you can, Dominic, you can, James is trying to get hold of you if you can get hold of him. Now, if we bring in the weekly chart, we can see that this isn't, you know, we've been higher. This isn't like the American stock markets were going to all-time highs, but this is a decent level, you know. Major support here, major resistance there. We're back at it, and I expect 6464, in all honesty, to hold to NFP. And if we blow through, I'd expect probably we'll take out this horizontal level reasonably quickly and head towards the 20-day moving average as an upside on this. And should we reverse off this? Look, this horizontal level here, the back through the gap, I would imagine, if we go shorts, where we're going to go. And we can watch that with a little bit of interest over the next few days. Again, key level this 6464 kind of area is. And we'll see if it goes before NFP or whether it holds on to NFP before it breaks. Now, NASDAQ, very similar look. You know, we talked about this a lot in the last few weeks, getting up here, taking on this level here, then this level here, and we've got here. And can we get through? No, we can't get through. And we've been here Tuesday, we've been here Wednesday, we've been here Thursday. We actually gapped up and opened just above it on Thursday, came straight back down, gone nowhere today. That is a tiny bar. And for mine, same thing. This now becomes about that economic news on Friday. We start to wonder a little bit about things like vaccines, and you know, there's a few other things that could get involved in this. You know, President Trump could do something, I don't know, sane, I don't know, possibly, and we could see a move. But right now, I'm expecting us to hold to Friday. Similar type thing for mine here. This is an all-time high. Now, guys, if we get a 4-hour close above this, I'm looking for long. And the only way I noted to set targets on all-time highs is to use fib extensions. If you know how to use fib extensions, they'll give you some good targets. Do it off the last cycle, and you should get a target. I'm not set up for fib extensions on this version, so I won't be doing that for you guys. But that's your target long. And if you got back below this level here, well, then I think you're probably looking to get back down around, for mine, probably around 123 as a retracement on that. US 500, the S&P. Look, it's a bit different. It has blown through the highs, hesitated here, pushed through, lovely retest and take off. Look above this bar, I think you're looking to get long. But right now, again, I think we're just in wait mode. And no news to drive this, not much going on. I'm not surprised that we're in wait mode on this. Again, get a close below here. I think you're looking to come back down to here. And really 4-hour close above here. And I think you can start to look to go long again on this. Bitcoin, look again. Let's do this just quietly for you guys. Key level. 20,000 key level for mine. I mean, we've got these highs, 19,800, whatever it was. Key levels. And the question is Bitcoin going to break? And I think the same thing applies. Look, the NFP stuff, what we're really looking here for is if we get a continuation of US dollar weakness, then Bitcoin will go straight through. And we'll wait and see how that plays out during the week. But for mine, I'm really in wait and see mode for Friday afternoon to see if it goes. Again, you can always do the same kind of stuff on this. You know, I wouldn't say that, you know, take out these highs and I'm long because I'm trading straight into 20,000. If I'm not in this already, I'm not getting into this until I see what happens at 20,000. I expect to see another pullback off 20,000 personally. You know, if you get down here, below these levels here, again, trade the gap. There's a little target down through there. There's a bit of action for you down that way if we do go short. Can't see it myself in the short term, but can happen. Just because I can't see it doesn't mean it won't happen. Oil, oh, look, I hate oil. It's just not doing anything. It's boring. We had such a good time just trading from the top of the range to the bottom of the range, top of the range to the bottom of the range, top of the range. Brilliant fun. And look, now what I suggest you doing, if you did the stuff with Ping Ni, you're looking to trade his oil strategy where you're coming back to daily pivot each day. I think that's probably the trade each day looking at this. You can probably hold it for 2 or 3 days and just wait till you hit a daily pivot and then get out. Needs a decent stop loss. But other than that, I think you've got to be a little bit careful with the oil because we've got the OPEC meetings ongoing. We may see something here that takes off. Again, personally, I'm midterm biased long on oil. But right now, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a move down. If we get below here, then I think we're going to see below the 43.73 level. Back to this range is really likely. And back into this range, 37.13 becomes a real possibility for me if we get down below here. Take out the highs, and I think we're starting to push up again, and we're looking for the longs. Euro, well, it just didn't care about the key level. It's got a key level. I could be talking about more key levels, but instead the euro just went, screw the key levels, I'm out of here. And it is just out of here. I think based on the fact that the European pandemic situation is a lot better than the US session, the US one is. And we did have a look at this earlier on today. You know, there are some interesting levels around. I'd suggest that, you know, probably we're around that kind of resistance now. We'll probably see a bit of a hesitation here and potentially a bit of a pullback. It has been a while since the euro. It's not new again, not new highs, but it's a while since we've been at these levels. And for mine, this just gives me a bit of a hint here that this is leading and that it broke the big level. 120 is a big level on the euro, and it broke it, and it broke it effortlessly. And it suggests to me that maybe what's coming is these other products are also going to break levels. The yen broke out of this terrible triangle and pushed up a little bit, coming back down now, possibly looking for a retest at a bit of a push down, look at weekly pivot. It could well get stuck in this weekly pivot, monthly pivot area. That is a real concern when stuff gets there. Quite often these things, when they get stuck between weekly pivot and monthly pivot, they can spend a bit of time hanging in there, and it's nice and tight. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see it do that. My bias remains, you know, I'm still personally looking for the upside on dollar yen, and I'll keep an eye on it. It's not a big thing for me. It's not a big bias, but that's my bias at the moment. Aussie, big move down Monday, back up Tuesday. Look, this is that pattern I talk about a lot. You know, it's always going to the top. Once it does this, it's always doing it. Well, not always, often going to get back to the top of the bar. Has pushed up from that as well. Clearly, the market reacted pretty well to Governor Lowe's comments on Tuesday about Australian interest rates. For mine, again, key level, and we'll wait for NFP to really get us through that sort of key level for mine. So for me, I'm afraid it's a wait and see Thursday. If you've got to wait and see Thursday, what better way to spend the day than to spend your evening than to spend it with me? Come along and let's talk the step strategy. Let me see if I can get back into the gosh, guys, nice to see so many in the room. It really is great to see this show. Always so busy. It's great to have so many of you in. I do appreciate it. Even you guys that turn up late, you just try to miss my market analysis. I understand if you are. So it's okay if you are. Let's see who's in the room. As far as panelists, we are with Alexis and Ash. No Lloyd today. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. And for the attendees, welcome in, Anakin. Nice to see you guys coming in the room. Nice to have you with us. Rightio, look, I want to talk a little bit about the step strategy. I'll leave a chart up while I do it. Look, if I speak too quickly, then just let me know, because it's 12:15 in the morning in New Zealand. I've been up for a while. I'm a little bit tired. If I speak quickly, just let me know so I can slow down. But look, I want to talk about why we did the step strategy, why we started. It's been over 12 months. It's been traded by nearly 40 of our clients and test groups. We've narrowed it down to a group of about 4 or 5 who've traded it for months. We've evolved it, we've changed it, we've improved it, back to the back testing, created the results. And what we're looking for, look, for the last, I don't know how many years it is now, 7, 8, 10, I don't know how many years it is now, we have taught either the income creator or the wave rider as our basic strategy for intro traders. And we've done it because it's really, they're quite basic, simple strategies. They're quite easy to follow, and they've got good results. Now, the thing with them is what they can do is they can create periods where they have really great results and periods where they have quite poor results. And that's just part of trend trading, right? And what we had Lloyd help us to do was create a strategy, and Lloyd did a lot of the legwork on this for us. I am disappointed he can't be here today. He does have a family thing, so we understand, right? But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a strategy which is even simpler. Isabella, I have no idea why you've been kicked out from the room 3 times. Do you mean the Zoom room, or do you mean at home? You know, there's someone coming in and kicking you out and telling you, you know, don't want to watch TV or something. We have not kicked you out of the room, Isabella. I promise you that. Maya's in the room. She takes care of these things for us. If we were kicking you out, they would let me know we are not kicking you out. I would suggest to you, given the amount of people we've got in the room, that it might be at your end, not our end, because we're not kicking you out. And and you know, there's a lot of people in the room because we're not kicking people out. So I don't think it's us. I think it might be your end. Okay. So as I was saying, what I wanted to create with the step strategy was something that was really simple, but more importantly, something that would flatten the equity curve. So I don't think with this step strategy, you're going to have a 10 or 12% month, 15% month. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. It might happen once in 5 years, but I don't think it's going to happen very often. but I don't think you'll have a -5 or -6% month with it. I think that'll be very rare. So I think what you're going to do is you're going to get a far smoother equity curve. And I think for learner traders, it's really important. Learner traders don't do very well when strategies pull back, and they do even worse when strategies spike up. So if results start going down, learner traders freak out and panic. And if results start going their way heavily, they just forget all the risk rules, go to the casino, pile in, and it's not ideal for them, right? So what I'm trying to do is what we've been trying to do is we've been trying to create this strategy where we have a really, really smooth equity curve. So it's super simple. And look, Alexis and Ash are going to come in soon. Actually, guys, turn your cameras on so people can see if you don't mind. People don't want to spend the night looking at me. I mean, I'm an old dude. What they're going to talk about is that, look, the truth is that we could teach the step strategy on Saturday morning in 3 hours. And in fact, people have traded before. I think we could probably teach the step strategy in less than 3 hours, quite comfortably and very well. But what we're going to do over the weekend is we're going to do something different to that. We're going to teach a lot of other stuff that we haven't taught in the past that we think help traders to get on a roll, to understand what's coming. And what I'm going to ask you guys to do is I'm going to ask you guys to help me. Those in the room, in fact, if you're on social media, I'll be watching YouTube, we'll be watching Facebook. Here's what I want you to write down for me because it'll fascinate me. I hope we've got it right, but even if I haven't, I want to know. What are the things that if you had been taught on your first ever Forex course would have made your journey better? Can you write that down, put it in the chat box, put it on YouTube, put it on Facebook? What are the things when you look back and think, hey, if someone had just told me that at the start, this would have got a lot easier for me. I would have got through this far quicker. Can you write down tell me what it is that for you guys would have made your trading journey better? Because what we've tried to do is we've had a chat amongst ourselves, and great, sweet. Nice to see you in. Sweet, it's been a while. Nice to see you in. We've been talking about these things ourselves, and great. We're saying some really interesting stuff come in. Please, guys, give us your feedback, because honestly, the best way for us to get better is for you to tell us how we get better. And we're getting some great stuff. Oh, yeah, Simon, you'll be in the broadcast group that did that last night. Yeah, look, and I want to talk about scaling. Ash, if you can remind me, I'll write it down. No, yeah, I'll write it down. I'll forget it, but I would really love to talk about that scaling with Ainsley last night. It's really important to you guys. I'll be posting some stuff about it. I really do want to talk about it a little bit, but yeah, great. Look, some interesting stuff coming in. If you can keep it coming in. Mike, if there's stuff on the social media, can you post that in as well so we can see it? Sorry, guys, I've got a million little messages. I'm just checking what's going on here. I don't know why. Mike does a great job of keeping an eye on it, but I like to see YouTube when I'm doing these things as well. So I'm just going to put that up over here as well. Meet your trading experts. There we go. Fantastic. Rightio. They love the ads on these things nowadays, don't they? Look, they play all these ads, and the other day I looked it up. We made $15. Woohoo! Why do they play these ads on my things? Look, I think there's some interesting stuff coming. Great. Look, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to ask Ash. So, Ash, you can see the comments as much as I can see the comments, and there's been some really interesting stuff. We might have a bit of a read through them because they're always interesting. I'll read just some of them as we go along. Plan and journal, trading plan creation, understand price action, psychology of taking less, losing trades, dangers of overtrading, such a big one. The power of scaling in, risk reward, managing trades, putting stop loss above swing, high and low, or structure, as Ash would say. I don't know why he doesn't just say high and low. What's all this structure stuff? We understand high and low. Why are we going to call it flash stuff, eh? How to calculate the risk and reward for each trade. Don't get mad, get even. It's not true for Forex trading. That is so true, Paul. Honestly, don't get mad, walk away and have a break. Start from higher time frames. Great, and I can agree with that as well. And look, Ash, great. Always, Mark as well. Always look at the higher time frames. If you've got any more, put them in the chat. Best Ash lesson. So when we came up with the step strategy, we sort of went back and had a look at the whole thing and said, okay, well, how do we get more people to make more money more quickly? And I think one of the things that there is there's this group, these people that do these amazing results, right? And then there's this group that now probably between -3 and +3% a month, guys that sit in there, which, a lot of guys either lose a little bit a month or make a little bit a month. These guys up here that just smash it. And how do we get more guys? And I don't think you want to have your goal of smashing it, but how do we get more guys just consistently profitable? And look, we've made some changes to the way we're going to present this program. It'll be the first program we've done, an intro level program in the 10 years where I'm not going to be one of the major presenters. Ash and Alexis will present it for me, and James will be there to help with the operations, and I'll be around. But Ash, what are we doing different on this weekend to what we did on the last time we ran a program?
Actually, quite a lot. I think the point about people maybe not getting everything they need to get started with, so they can really hit the ground running, is something that we considered quite heavily with this one. So we have been adding fundamentals, and we have been really we're adding some information and some education about getting your bias. So you're not just reading charts. This is it's a brilliant strategy and really, really simple to follow. But in fact, probably the most simple strategy to follow that we've probably created, or that Lloyd's created. But we're also adding some extra little bits and pieces that means that you're not just thinking about the markets in terms of what's visually happening. You're also looking a little bit deeper. So we're going to touch on some of those things that enable people to look at that a little bit more deeply into what is creating the move. So I think that people have an understanding that there are other forces that are moving markets, and we need to look into those other forces so we can get a better understanding of which direction we believe the market to go in, and then we can start overlaying strategies on top of that. And I completely advocate the process of purely technical analysis, because having traded with Jeff, that's all he does, and you can make money doing it that way. But over the last few years of stepping into a different direction myself, I start to recognize the importance and the value of adding these extra layers on to make trading decisions, and it's helped me massively and hugely. My trading style really has evolved quite significantly over the last 24 months, and we're just adding some of that information in, and just allowing people to get a flavor of what else they can look further into, more deeply into. Well, we always talk about the fact that you will trade a certain style depending on your personality, and this enables you to kind of broaden the picture of your style as well, because every professional trader tweaks the first strategy they learn. They'll learn a strategy, but they tweak it over time. And really, we're trying to give you as many tools as possible to enable you to tweak the strategies that we teach. So it's a very, very full program. It's going to be a very full weekend. Hugely stressful at this point for me as I make sure that I'm going to get the information not only in order, but make sure that it's clear enough for you guys to follow. But we will cover psychology, we will cover fundamentals, and we'll cover some other bits and pieces as well that are really important for making.
We're going to do journaling and planning as well, right?
Journaling, planning, psychology, fundamentals. We're going to look at some COT data. We're going to look at some seasonality, and we're going to learn the step strategy. So it's a huge program, and I think if I go around to sort of like musical terms, my favorite albums are the ones that are just all killer and no filler. That's the way we put it, which means that every song is an absolute cracker. And I think that's what we've really focused on, is to make sure that everything that we're going through is something that we can help people with. We're not kind of necessarily over expanding on a certain area. We think, okay, that area will be covered, and when we've covered that area, let's move on to something else, which is also important. So there's a lot of information. It's going to be a very full weekend.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. Alex, another one. Don't start trading with putting target profit percentage monthly, but always focus on best trades and cut loss fast to lower the risk. You guys are a wise group, I've got to say. So, Ash, we're going to teach the strategy. We're going to play the trading games. We've got some work being done. Even looking, guys, it's huge to start a new strategy and to launch it. And you've just seen me, Ash is talking over here, typing some messages to James because we're doing some stuff around some staffing stuff for it last minute. We've got Ash doing some work with Chloe. We've got little baby Max, and she's doing a bit of work getting helping us get ready for it. There's a huge amount that goes into getting ready for it. But we really wanted to redesign this, and even now we're just going back and tweaking it because we want it to be different. I feel as if we've done a really good job of teaching technical analysis, and now we want to add in the other stuff, the softer skills of trading that I think make a huge difference. And we've talked so much about bias that we want to teach people how to create bias right from the very, very start. Mate, is there a part this weekend that you're particularly looking forward to presenting?
I always really look forward to the bias because, well, I mean, yes, I always look forward to it. We've never done it before, but I am really looking forward to creating the bias because that's really the thing that's, I think, evolved me over the last 24 months. It's the most important aspect of my trading over the last 24 months is really kind of going in and looking under the hood. So I'm really looking forward to that. I am looking forward to teaching the strategy as well. I've spent a lot of time just laying it out to make sure it's really, really clear. And it is very simple, but it's a new strategy, so it does need to be presented in the right way. So I think the big things really for me, mate, I'm really looking forward to the big section on getting the bias, and I'm looking forward to the point where we actually can teach the full strategy as well.
Look, I want to talk a little bit about so it's a new strategy and all the rest of it. Let's talk a little bit about actual back testing results. And look, we did it differently this time. Lloyd went through and manually back tested this whole thing. He created the strategy, helped us to evolve it. Look, a lot of input from a lot of different people on the team onto how we can make this, really simple. And really, this started with a conversation about the zigzag indicator, the cyclicity indicator, as we call it, as we've amended it. One of the things we should be really clear about is that the backtest results we showed you where it made about 75% a year, maybe 78% a year. That was on 24 currency pairs, about half the currency pairs we have available to us, making about 5% a month at that stage, compounding, one of the things that I believe is that a trader taught properly should always outperform a backtest, because backtests take bad trades and traders shouldn't take bad trades. We should be able to add our bias, and we should be able to understand that trading straight in a monthly pivot 10 pips away is not going to work very often. We should be able to understand that if it does work, we'll go a long way, and we should perhaps end that later. We should understand all this stuff. We should be able to make a difference to it. So for mine, look, what we're trying to do is come up with a strategy here that's not, look, this isn't headline numbers. This isn't, I took away Vita yesterday and made 12%. No. What this is I'm going to pick up 2%. What we're looking to do really is see if we can pick up 2% a week, one winning trade a week, 4 weeks a month. We'll take 2 or 3 losers along the way. We've made 5%, 4 winners, 3 losers, 5%, and really, really, really good for your psychology. When you can start taking trades that are making a couple of times risk, it is really, really good for your psychology. Look, do you guys have any questions? Do you have any questions about what we're trying to do, what we're doing? And yes, Simon Ash will be up all night. He does this for us every couple of months when we do events. He comes in about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, UK.
1 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, you look, honestly, Simon, you don't see him grumpy very often, but about 5 a.m. UK, you get grumpy about half an hour, And look, we do this. The truth is that as I get older, I struggle to be quite as patient as Ash is. So we have Ash come in and do this real detailed stuff. And I try and pick up the big picture stuff nowadays and stay more in that area. So if you've got any questions about developing strategies, how we do it, why we do it, etc., look, throw them in the questions box. We will do our best to answer. If you've got any questions about the STEP strategy, what we're teaching this weekend, put them in the questions box and we will do those as well. Now, remember, at the end of the show today, we're going to do a draw and someone's going to win 1 free admission to the STEP strategy this weekend, which gets you all day Saturday, all day Sunday. How long today? We'll be here for about an hour today, Helen. We're about halfway through. So we'll be doing we're doing the draw. Actually, we're doing the draw whenever we run out of stuff. Lloyd's not here, so we're not on script. And the STEP strategy is this Saturday and Sunday. We're going to give you guys a pretty amazing opportunity to do it. I think it's around $25 a month for 12 months. You can pay the first month to do it, and if you don't like it, just refund out. $25 coming to the weekend. It's ridiculous. That's with a $500 account. I think it's $41. Is it $41? I can't remember. to get the elite with $1,000 account. And if people join us in this at the moment, doing that little special we did yesterday, where if you join, you can have the seasonality, of course, with Ray throwing in, and 25 a week, Helen. Yeah, 25 a month, Helen, not 25 a week. 25 a month for 12 months gets you into it. 25 a month for 12 months gets you into it. And you get a $500 account. And if you pay the 41, you get a $1,000 account. In addition to that, you get Ray's seasonal course next Saturday night as well. And Saturday night the week after. And you get the 1 month free on the new Bias broadcast group. So pretty cool deal. Might put the links up for that a bit later on, not quite yet. Might put the links up for that. And you'll have a chance to join. We've still got a few spaces. I don't want this to get out of hand. Every time we do it, we allow 2 or 3 places to go, and it fills up. And then, we'll take another 2 or 3. Why not? We've just finalised one more crew member to come and help, so we can do sort of 3 more people for it if we really want to. And look, my plan is to do. Look, whenever you deal with marketing companies, and look, we have a very good one in Singapore. They're just, one of the things I really like, and I really like dealing with people of faith. People of faith have got really good morals. But when you deal with most normal marketing companies, all they talk to you about is A/B split, A/B testing, where they test this ad versus this ad and say this one's better. Then they get the better one and find another one. They test that one. They call it A/B testing. And what I really want to do in the next 6 months is I want a group of people trading the step. I want a group of people trading the wave rider. I want a group of people trading the income creator. And what I want to, all I monitor is how many people I give checks to, how many people make those 10%. And I want to see which one of these is best and see whether, we do all this planning, all this work, all this concept, whether we can turn it into hard, cold cash for our people. And that's the goal, right? That's got to be the goal. That's why we do this stuff. So that's, we're going to test it. If we get that, then we'll become, the step strategy will take over as our intro strategy. In the meantime, we're going to offer both the step for online trading profits and the wave rider fractions to wealth as intro strategies. And we're going to measure them up and see how people go and see where the money comes. I'm very hopeful with this new approach of the strategy and the education that we'll get some pretty good results out of the step strategy. If you have any questions, put them in the questions box. Ash, do you have any questions?
Any questions about the strategy?
Any questions for me? Anything at all? Because Laura's not here. I've got a couple of minutes to pull before we go to Alexis.
Yeah. So, well, when they pay the 25 for the month, they obviously get the step strategy. Anything else that anybody can enjoy with that?
One thing that we're doing with it is, which I think is really cool, is you get your $500 accounts straight away. You don't get it as you pay it off. You get the $500 account. If you stop paying, we will drag that back. But you get the full $500 account from the top, plus Ray's program on the seasonality thing, which it's one of those things. It's just a little program. We've done a little special on it, but boy, we're lucky, aren't we, Ash? He's a clever dudes around us. They really are. And look, spending 3 or 4 hours one evening with Ray, he was coming in from Ireland. He can't come over for this one. So as you guys all know, he can't fly in. And he's really keen. I tell you what, I'll be in Singapore in January. If they actually rolled out those vaccines, I reckon he'd be in Singapore in January. He's very keen to come back. He likes to do stuff live, not online. So we have got him to do the program online, the seasonal program on Saturday week. That's included, and 1 month of the strategy bias stuff. Alexis, are you with us? I like it a lot more, Alexis, when you say yes. When I say, Alexis, are you with us? And you say yes, well, of course I am. It's so less concerning for me when you do that, right?
Yes, I am with you.
Look, so Alexis, again, we've spoken to Ash about the fact that we're going to do the step in a different way, that the strategy is going to be taught well, but we're going to add a lot of other stuff around the fundamentals of trading, the stuff that these guys put in these questions. We're going to talk about planning. We're going to talk about back testing. We're going to talk about journaling. We're going to talk about fundamentals, COTS, seasonality. We're going to get into all this stuff as we go along. But we're also going to do some mindset stuff. And again, the mindset stuff's had a bit of an adjustment as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, I think it's really great that we are open to making the program better, because I think the past months when I sat in on the coaching sessions with Lloyd and Charlene, we realized that while the students are really eager to pick it up and to learn the strategy, but there's so much information. But sometimes what's lacking is just very simply a structure. Like, how do we get started? What's the structure to it? So over the 2 days for this weekend, we are going to so-called introduce a structural element, because the aim is to get all these new traders, to have a plan and to stick to the plan. Because having a plan is one thing, but I think the challenge for new traders is the sticking to the plan part, and not giving up halfway and not getting confused and losing them halfway. So this weekend it's really a lot, I would say the planning part is a lot more focused on that, because ultimately we want them to be able to plan their trading and to stick with the trading.
So, Alexis, we're going to talk a lot about sustainability, aren't we? And I don't mean sustainability in the green way.
Yes, sustainability. Yes, so sustainability in the trading, really very simply, with the overload of the learning, the information, and this market's moving. How do we make a plan, and most importantly, follow the plan, and learn how to adjust and stick to it. So we always get questions from new traders about, how do I journal? Is this the right way, or is that the right way? So we are hoping to introduce this right from the start. Something a little bit different from the past, about a portion of journaling, and to be able to sustain this process throughout a long period of time, so that it's not just trading for 1 month. It's really about making trading a part of your lifestyle, and that is how that is how it's actually hoped to be able to change lives, is to integrate the trading into a person's lifestyle.
Look, guys, do remind me at the end. I'm going to talk about the scaling in with Ainsley last night on the gold trade, and what she did in that broadcast group, or the night before. Magic, what she did. And I do want to talk about how that works and how to do that on the XW account. So do remind me to come back to that. But one of the things, Alexis, I think one of the things that happens to us is that stuff that comes out of our personal situation is things that often guides us. So I'm at a point in my life where I decided a few months ago that things that weren't sustainable, I wasn't going to start, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know about everyone else, but, every year I make a New Year's resolution, and 2 weeks later I've broken it. And so this year there'll be no New Year's resolution unless I believe it's sustainable. And look, a lot of the things that we decide to do aren't sustainable, right? So one of the things that we've put through this program is how we can make sure that when people start, that what they do is sustainable, that they create their own plan, so it's sustainable and it works in their life. So instead of having 6 weeks where you bust a gut and then you quit, because you can't trade 40 hours a day over the whole of your life. Instead of doing that, working out when you can trade, when you can review, when you can learn, getting the stuff inside your lifestyle and looking at your lifestyle and going, actually, I can do this much, and I can do this much, and I can do this much. So it is sustainable. I don't think it's worth doing anything that isn't sustainable, because, look, I think that throughout the world, there's just so many examples where people try and do amazing things and don't see them through. And if we're going to really help our clients to really see them through, being sustainable is really important, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Part of that, we're going to have new forms, and they're going to basically fill stuff in. We're going to give it to them as a trading plan towards the end of it. So we're going to help them to create a full sustainable life and trading plan as we go, right?
Yes. So because we always, during all those group sessions that I have with the team, the new traders are always asking very similar questions, about how do we start a journal, what should we put in the journal, and very specific things like that. So we are going to introduce this, and little activities over the next 2 days, and at the end of the session, we will send all these journal startups back to the clients, so that they already have sort of a plan to start with and to continue.
Look, that sounds really cool. Look, is there a part in the changes that and you're the same, Alex? I know that Ash was just saying he's really busy. We have got you busy for the next few days, right? All of a sudden, we've been working on this for months, but all of a sudden, the last few days, it's like, oh, we can improve this, we can do this better. Hey, when I write this out, we can do this. So there's all kinds of change coming. We've got you really busy for the next few days as you get ready for this, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Is there one part of it you're particularly looking forward to presenting?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I'm actually looking forward to the activity part, because I think the benefits of putting in a form is, I know there are going to be a lot of people in the room, and the answers will all be different. So I am looking forward to and to seeing the experiences of the other traders, and and how each trader will be planning their trading into their life. So it will be interesting for me, because as you guys know, I like statistics. So as simple as how many of you wake up at 8 a.m. in the morning, how many of you sleep at 2 a.m. at night. It will be interesting for me to see, because as we move forward as an organization, we will be definitely looking for people who trade, for example, the Australian market or the US market. So it's interesting to see what are people's life habits, and that will probably help us to direct them to which markets that suits their lifestyle best, in that sense. And that will also probably narrow down the pairs they trade, help them with the strategy they focus on, instead of looking at all 40 pairs on the chart. So I think that would be quite interesting for me.
Yeah, look, it's when you talk about this stuff, I think it's an interesting time, Alexis. I think it's common knowledge. I think everyone knows about COVID, and so with Actions to Wealth, we've had a mentorship pathway, and the last couple of events of that are running out in the next sort of month or so, and because of that, out in the background, I'm starting to put together the next mentorship pathway, and there's some really exciting stuff coming for Actions to Wealth over there, which tends to be, the Actions to Wealth people who do mentorship pathways for us, people who will fly. You've got to get to Singapore, you've got to do your stuff live. That's just the way we do mentorship stuff with Actions to Wealth. And then online trading profits is online. So it's a different group of people. And on the weekend, we are going to introduce them to some new people, some faces that they haven't heard from. Even those that came to the Opportunities Expo last weekend, the weekend before, haven't met some of the people they're going to meet over the weekend or hear from over the weekend, who are going to be joining us and helping us to provide a few other options going forward. We've got a really nice mix of different people trading in different ways. Some really interesting trend trading ideas. Some new people. I really like the chance. Online trading profit does give us that ability to keep refreshing the team and bringing new people in. And even with Actions to Wealth, the truth is that there's a bunch of people in with us for a long time that need to go and do some other things, and we need to bring some new people in to replace them. And look, we're really lucky. We have you guys, good clients, and people committed to trading and doing all this stuff, and it allows us to reach out to some really high-powered people. And we've got some interesting people coming for Actions to Wealth and online trading profits, and you'll meet some of the online trading profits. We'll hear about them over the weekend as well. I think it's going to be an interesting weekend about some of the new people that are turning up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I'm also probably looking forward to Lenka. I've heard about her, but I haven't really met her for this program. So I also am looking forward, not only speaking at the 2 days, but also to listening in on what she has to share with us on trend trading.
Yeah, look, I've obviously had a few pretty detailed discussions with Lenka and seen her record, and boy, again, one of the things we're looking for in online trading profits perhaps is more home-based traders with great records. And look, Lenka's not only got a great record, but she's got a really simple approach to trading. I'm looking forward to her being introduced on the weekend. We've spent a bit of time getting her ready. She's another one of those people. She reminds me a little of Ping Ni, different, with due respect to a different age group to Ping Ni. She's a mum, Ping Ni's a bit younger, but just a quiet, get on with it, succeed kind of person, and does some really clever, simple things with her trading. There's nothing that she does in her trading that, anyone can't do, but she's just nailed it down, her approach. And I'm looking forward to having her introduced a bit over the weekend. And some also, we've got a new strategy from Lloyd that's going to be touched on as well over the weekend. There's in fact, we've got a little bit of stuff that I'll be releasing as well for the first time into this forum. I've never taught the stuff we're going to talk about on the weekend as well. So there's some really interesting stuff coming along. Look, I'm going to ask Ash to come back on because I've got a question for you both, and it's my favorite question because people ask me it all the time, and I love it. Before I do, Helen, we're not going to teach the step strategy separately. But the only way it'll be taught is as part of the whole package. And if you've got a weekend free, some time free this weekend, look, if you've done some of this stuff, I think this is a program you can come in and go out of. You can come and do some of the education stuff. And if we're doing stuff you've done, have a cup of coffee, do some journaling, whatever else. But we're not going to be teaching the step strategy separately in the short term. So I've got a question for you guys. People love asking us these questions, so I get a chance to ask you guys. So why the hell do you do this? Ash, you're going to get up in the middle of the night and speak to a bunch of people you've never met before about Forex trading. I'm going to pay you a pittance. And, you know, Alexis, 2 full days, and we're talking about now days of preparation. Why do you do it?
Oh, I mean, from a personal thing, I don't really think about the. It's the preparation that it's not the event itself is the kind of, you know, that's the thing that everybody obviously sees, but it's the preparation that that I get the most out of, really, because I have to research. If I'm going to put together a program, and I'm going to put together a program with certain aspects that involve, you know, fundamentals or COTS, or, you know, looking at, say, a new strategy, then I've got to research. And you know, it kind of sounds a bit selfish, but one of the reasons that I love it so much is that you know, I love learning. It's probably the thing that makes me tick more than anything. No matter what it is, I don't really, as long as I enjoy the subject that I'm learning about, then I get a lot out of it, and I become better because of it. So one of the reasons is because I progress as a human being. I progress. But, you know, it's not all kind of just about me. I do really like people, and particularly, and I didn't want to sound slushy, but I particularly like the people that we interact with as part of Actions to Wealth, and if I can help people on the way, I get a kick out of that as well. And maybe that's selfish, I don't know, but I get something out of it if I know that somebody's progressing because of something that I've managed to learn and explain in a way that they can actually take something from it and progress as well. Then I don't know. I just it kind of feeds me, you know. That's to kind of you know, put it in maybe
For
spiritual terms.
a really nice, genuine guy, you're sounding quite selfish.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't mean to sound sloppy about it, but it is. I mean, this is the thing. I sound selfish. I know, I know, but I get a lot of it out of this stuff. And in a way, I guess, you know, do any of us really do anything purely because we you know, we all, even people that help somebody for a living, nurses, doctors, and everybody else, they must go home and feel very satisfied with what they've done for themselves when they know that they've helped somebody. Not that I'm saying on the level of
COVID.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, but I just want to come back to this because I think it's really important. And one of the things that that I always found with this, right, is that one of the reasons I got into education, right, was that the truth is that I was pretty lucky with trading pretty early. I managed to do pretty well, right? But one of the things I realized later on was that really I was like this, that I knew this stuff when I was into this stuff. And when I spent time around stuff, I'd hear about this and I'd just block it out. And someone talking about this, and I just block it out. But after a while of teaching, you actually go, I've heard this several times. I actually need to learn this stuff. And all of a sudden, you start going down a different pathway and you learn stuff that you wouldn't find on your own. I mean, your movement to crypto, definitely Shukri's had a part in that, right? And
undoubtedly,
you know, it's the exposure to these people take you in a different direction, and it's not only people who teach. Look, you learn, and look, one of the funniest things that happens to you is that when you're coaching, and when you do a lot of coaching, one of the things that happens is you go through these themes, right, where everybody you speak to has the same thing, and you wonder why it is for a while, and eventually you realize it's because the lesson's yours, not theirs.
Yeah,
you know. There's something in what they're asking for that you actually need to sort out for yourself, you know?
Well, I can't go into, even on a very basic level, I can't go into a program teaching a part of the program without knowing as much as I possibly can about that specific subject. So it forces me to go out and research and look even more deeply into the basic level that I'm talking about. Because I've got to find results. I've got to find where this stuff actually works, and then I've got to figure out a way that I can express it. And while I'm trying to figure out a way that it can be expressed, then it kind of breaks it down for myself as well. So, so the amount of research that I have to do just to kind of get to a very simple to talk about a very simple subject is quite vast. You know, there's quite a lot to it. So of course I learn on the way, you know, and I get better on the way because of it. So I really enjoy it. I mean, I love trading anyway, but I don't love trading because I like clicking buttons when I see something pretty on the screen. I love it because I'm really interested in how things work, and I'm really interested in the fact that this is about the mechanics of the world, if you like. So the more excuse I have to look more deeply into it, the happier I am.
I want to get to Alexis. I had one final question for you on the stuff. Oh, Ash, so look, one thing about your trading, right? And you're not like this, right? Your trading's gone, and in the last few years, we've been, your trading, we've been on a pretty big journey with your trading about what you trade. And, you've traded in different ways. And what's coming up for you next? What are you going to be trading in the next 12 months?
Well, I've as you say, I've moved on to cryptocurrencies, but I'm also much more interested in stocks. That's the thing that I discovered really over the last 12 months. I think my enjoyment of trading specific stocks. And with this stuff, it's even more fascinating for me. So when I'm looking at my world picture, then I'm noticing just certain things that are much more interested on a micro level. And I think COVID-19 really taught us that. And maybe it was that really triggered it fully. But when you see COVID-19 happen, and all of a sudden you see Netflix cruising to the upside, you see Zoom cruising to the upside, Ocado cruising to the upside, and you have to ask yourself why. When you sort of like, you've got this big macro event with COVID, and then you've got these certain sectors within the market that are doing really, really well, then it starts to make you ask yourself why. And I think you could put that on any particular time. You're not always looking for these big events. You could put that on any specific event that happens.
Mike, can you type in the box what time I've got to be out? I don't want to go. I want to keep this going as long as I possibly can. So, Mike, can you type in the box what time I've got to finish? We've got Orlando after us at 8:30, don't we? Is it 8:30 for Orlando? You're with them.
Jeff and I
we've got a bit of time to go. Look, Ash, so I'm going to come back and ask you in a few minutes when you're going to teach the stock stuff, because I'm fascinated with the stuff you're doing with stocks. I sort of seen some results from you on the stock stuff. Pretty cool. Alexis, why do you do this?
Very similar to Ash, all right? So I think another part is because I do a lot of coaching on the mindset stuff, and I do it with my so-called events team in Singapore as well. I think it's really a lot for myself as well, because if I am coaching the kids, if I'm coaching new traders, I have to kind of motivate myself. So it really does help to refresh as well, because I am a lazy trader. I like lazing in bed and being lazy, but knowing that this is a part of something I love to do, it kind of helps me not be lazy as much, and I do find other stuff to learn and stuff like that. So if I think through the entire COVID period, with the sharing and the coaching and the new stuff that's coming in, I've actually picked up I've actually revisited options. And so if Ash, you're doing a stock course, I'm going to come sit in on that as well. Yeah, so I think it's really a matter of the more you share, the more you learn. And if you're motivating someone else, you are motivating yourself. So it keeps me on my game as well. It keeps me wanting to get better at what I do. And the sky's the limit. So that's why I do it, because it's also for myself as much as it feels good helping the team.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back and ask Ash when he's going to teach us about stocks. But before I do that, just in fairness to the people that hear about the STEP strategy, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have pop the links into the chat. And thank you for that, Alexis and Ash. I'm going to have pop the links into the chat. So anyone that wants to join us this weekend, we're going to take the first three that want to do it. You can spend the weekend with Ash and Alexis. Now, you can either pay the full price or the monthly, but you can literally pay $25 and a few cents US and join us on the weekend and pay it off over 12 months. You can pay $41, I think it is, and come and join us over the weekend with a $1,000 account. And if you join today, we're going to give you, in fact, everyone who joins, we're going to give you seasonal trading with Ray for free. So you can pay $25 today, get 2 days with Ash and Alexis on the STEP strategy, trading, bias, psychology, all of that stuff. A trading account with $500 in it, Ray's seasonal trading course, and 1 month of the new bias, broadcast chat, which I think is the best product I've ever seen. I'm so excited by it. I love that thing already. And we're working hard to make it in the background even better. And it's already pretty cool. We're going to give a month of that for free. You pay $25 to come and do that. If you're not happy, we'll give you $25 back. If you are happy, get on with it, right? And what's more, you get a Fusion account. There's a lot of people speaking about the moment about the fact they'd like a Fusion account, because honestly, those boys are leading the way in brokering. It is cheaper. The execution is excellent. You know, we just don't have the problems that you can have with other brokers with Fusion. They seem to be really, really well done. So if you want to do that, look, click on the link and join. This should take us straight to the Thrivecart page. So none of our website being too slow to place an order, any of that kind of stuff. You should be able to get into that straight away. As I say, look, $25, $25. So look, if you want a strong indication of how important I think this is, what we're trying to do with this, I'll see if this gives you a hint. $25. Pay for the first month, come and do the program, pay it off afterwards. If you're not happy, just refund the $25. Get raise course thrown in. Get the bias thrown in. That should give you some indication of just how much I want to see this in the next few months. I want to see this strategy traded so we can evolve it even more. I want to see guys making money from it so that we can compare it to the wave rider and make a decision. And I keep trying to work out exactly the right size group is for this event. The other thing that'll happen, which is interesting for mine, it'll be the first event we've ever run on Zoom meetings. So there'll be a lot more ability to see each other as you go through the day. So if anyone's interested in that, click on that. And in the meantime, I'm going to have Mai come in, and Mai's going to come in and she's going to do the draw. We're going to give away one spot for free on the weekend with all of those bonuses. We're going to give that away in my show. I love my show because I love giving stuff away. Then we're just going to take Q&A for the rest until you guys run out of questions. I'll open up the mics for Ash and Alexis to offer anything to the one I add. I'm going to talk about Ainsley and the scaling. And the other day that Simon mentioned, I think it's really important I do talk about that in the right way and we get that really clear for you guys. So if you have any questions, put them in the questions box. We will have Mai let us know. And if you have joined and you win, then we'll just refund your money. If you haven't joined and you win, just get a free course. And you got to be in the room. You got to be in the room to win on this show. Who's my guest next Thursday? I am. You're my guest, Sweet. Is that what you're saying? I am ale. I think there could be a typo, Sweet. Does that mean you're having a beer? Mike, can you give us a winner, please? Yeah, grab the screen, Mai. Do the thing. You've got everybody in. Are you ready to go? Do you need me to pad for a couple of minutes? Are you ready to go? Here we go, guys. We're going to click and spin. The winner gets IFP this weekend with Ash, Alexis, myself, and the team we will have in there. Lloyd is in there. James is going to be in there. Oh, it's close. Noreen, if you're in the room, you need to get to the chat. You need to say, hey, I'm here. You have 30 seconds to get to the chat and say, Noreen, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to post that you are here. And if you, here you go, Noreen, how are you going? Now, Mai will message you and get your details off you. If you can put them in the chat to the pad. Looks, we have a chat with James tomorrow. I think the answer to it is that you still do, and I can't remember the bundle you're on, Sweet. It's my brain is 50 odd. I know it's hard to tell looking at me, right? But my brain is, you can tell by looking at my haircut, the grey. But you know, my brain's 50 odd years old, and I can't remember everything anymore. I used to be able to remember all of it. Now I just can't. The answer probably is you do, Sweet. I could be wrong, but you know us. We'll do our best to help you out with something. You know, we'll do it. We'll be good. We love helping you guys out. So what I'm going to do now, Noreen, if you could post an email address into there, Mai will be in touch. Mai, can you be in touch with Noreen and make sure we get the details we need to be able to reach out to her? Noreen, are you free this weekend to do the program? You have the Telegram. Fantastic. Look, Mai will get the rest of the details off you. I don't think I know you, Noreen. You might be new. I hope you are new. If we brought some people in from social media and you're already winning, that would be awesome. Look, here's what I really want to do for you guys now. I want to ask Alexis and Ash to come back on camera, back on mic. I'd like to, the times for the weekend, 10 till 6 this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Greg. But again, for someone like yourself, you do have that ability to wander in and out. You know, we're going to do a lot of stuff. You are going to know some of it. Now, we're going to do Q&A. We're going to do Q&A. I think we need that Telegram or your email address. Thanks, Noreen. We should have your email in the log on for Zoom. We should be able to do it. Look, if you have any questions, put in the questions box. But look, if you're in, I want to talk a little bit about the scaling in that Ainsley did the other day. And I want to talk about it from 2 points of view. First of all, I thought it was brilliant. Boy, she's clever. Cool, Noreen. James will be in touch. Look, it's I think he started early today, so I think he's finished for the day. So he'll be in touch tomorrow morning, get you registered into the program. Look, what Ainsley did the other night on that gold move was amazing. You know, I think in the end she might have got 5 positions on that thing, and she had them all safe. And I want to talk about scaling because as you guys get more exposed, and her broadcast group is the first time where you guys have been exposed in bulk to scaling in it as aggressively as that. But I want you to note something, Ryan. She didn't just mount positions up. What she did was she got the stop loss to break even and then took another position. Stop loss to break even and then took another position. And if you're going to scale in on the ATW accounts or the online trading profit accounts, either one, it's really important that if you're scaling in that you, first and foremost, that you, before you enter another position, you get that first position to break even, either by getting stop loss to entry or by closing half and leaving stop loss where it is at 1-to-1. Either one gets the trade to break even, then you can add a position, And I thought Ainsley, watching that live, I thought her stop loss management was exceptional. Her ability just to keep taking, I'm not going to give you the details because those who aren't in the group, you don't get that stuff all, you know, you've got to actually subscribe to get that stuff. But her ability to bank that money on that move was amazing. And look, we are 2 weeks away from the gold move. It'll be interesting. Maybe it started earlier this year. Maybe we're on our way. I've got this big picture of me on YouTube, and really all that I really want is to see the gold chart right now and see what it's done. She would have made some more money. And I can see lines all over my chart because yeah, her stuff copies into our pop accounts. So I'm going to read that out, Simon. I hope you don't mind if I use your name on it. It's not that Ainsley had a session, Helen. It's that Ainsley's broadcast group. It's the first time since we set Ainsley's broadcast group up. So here's what Simon says. And I want to read this out word for word because I don't think he's exaggerating. That was brilliant. I paid for this subscription 100 times over in one morning. Why is everybody not doing this? Well, why is everybody not in this group? That's a really good question, Simon. We actually put an email out and gave it a bit of a push. And it's the first time ever we've done that. And no one subscribed. We're going to let another 2 people in. And no one subscribed. I was amazed. I thought it was brilliant as well. I thought it really was brilliant. And look, why is everyone not in the group? I think some people find it intimidating. And look, if you want to, sorry guys, if my kids wake up, then my wife's away for 10 days. I'm on daddy daycare with 2 kids, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, for 10 days on my own. And what's more, they're both still alive. They really are. Both of them are still alive. Honestly, Simon, I'm going to say this really as nicely. I don't know quite how to word it, but I think some people aren't quite sure inside themselves how they deal with that kind of success. And you've got a business and you're used to financial success and to making money. And I think that equips you for it better than other people who actually find it quite intimidating. They thought they might make that kind of money. I mean, at the end of the day, I would suggest, and I haven't seen it exactly, but if you're in that trade group with Ainsley, I would imagine in 2 days you're up 8%, locked in with more to go. She'll be moving stop loss as we speak. So I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really brilliant. And cheers. Yeah, honestly, Simon, I find that really weird that we sent an email out telling people what she's just done, 2 people to get in, and no one signed up. And maybe to be fair, we've just been through Noe and we've sold some stuff. And look, to be fair, in the last few weeks, our people have been, yeah, that's a great point. I'll say it in a minute. But to be fair, our people have been offered a lot of stuff in the last few weeks. There's people doing programs with Resh, people doing programs with Andrew, with Shukri, there's stuff all over the place. People are doing a lot of stuff at the moment. And it might just be, yeah, I'm exhausted with the expo. And look, I thought the expo was great, but I get that. And actually, I'd love some feedback, guys. If you've got any feedback on the expo, put it in there. If you've got any questions, put it in there. But what Simon said is completely right. It's December. Don't wait till January. This is a December seasonal move. And I'm glad you liked it, Helen. This is the point with this stuff. It's that don't wait, because, maybe it doesn't happen this year, but the seasonal move, everybody knows the seasonal move is coming. Not everybody will make 20, 25% of it like Ainsley will, or could do, so you won't necessarily do it. I will wait, James, a little bit hard to hear everything static on my side. Cool, Noreen. I'm Paul, and James will message you, okay? Okay, guys, this is what we're going to do. If you have any more questions, put them in the questions box. I wanted to talk a little bit about Ainsley and the scaling in. I want to remind you guys not to just start doing that randomly on your accounts. You do need to stay in control of it, because if you do it properly, you make a lot of money quickly. And if you do it not properly, you lose a lot of money quickly. You do need to stay in control of that stuff. It's one of those things that can corrupt you a little bit if you're not really careful. Look, we also had a pretty good chat with Shukri today about, we've had some comments about crypto, about just, we basically, we're going to help him to redesign his, well, actually he's done it. We've redesigned his pathway. At the moment, only beginners can start with Shukri, because that's where he starts his, get a wallet thing. But we've started some other options to get involved with Shukri to an intermediate level up to his bigger stuff. So there's a far cleaner progression through there. We've spoken to Shukri about just being a little bit more linear in the way that he teaches. He's one of those guys he loves it. He's so passionate, he's just all over the place. We've just asked him to try and stay a bit straighter. So I'm hoping that's going to make the crypto stuff even better. We're certainly lucky to have found him. If you have any questions, put them in the questions box, and I will and I'll answer them, or the team will answer them. And if there are no questions, we've done our draw. We have done our draw. We have we've talked about our step strategy. We have done our draw. We have offered people some chance to join us. And because the stuff gets a bit buried in the conversation, I will get Mike at some stage to put those links in again for anybody that does want them. But if you have any questions, yep, that's exactly right, Eric. You've signed up for $297. You get a $500 US account, and you will have that for tomorrow. Great, Helen. I just think he's one of those guys that needs a little bit of that kind of feedback. He's brilliant. He's been awesome to find. But it's one of the things that we do. If you ask me if in my organisation, and I'm going to say that this was your question, Helen. If you ask me if in my organisation, I want people who do perfect presentations, spell everything perfectly, make everything pretty, and speak really well, or people who make a truckload of money out of it and don't do that stuff. I'm going to go with the people who make a truckload of money out of it, and we're going to try and help them to present better and to speak better, because it comes with practice, right? But people who do the stuff beautifully and can't make any money are of no interest to me at all. And there's so many people out there in the world, right, that can do these amazing presentations, can't make a cent, right? Screw them, right? Actually, while I'm on it, guys, I'm hoping on Monday to make some announcements around the fund. And there are major, so energetic, it's crazy. I don't think he ever sleeps. We are going to make some reasonably large announcements around the fund in the next few weeks. I'm hoping to have them done before Christmas. We did some paperwork on some changes today. Should be able to confirm them, I think, Monday, Tuesday next week. So keep an eye out for that as well. There is some different roles coming in, that sort of stuff for us, and we'll pass it on to you. Look, if you have any questions, put them in the questions box, and I'm going to ask Alexis and Ash one final question. If you guys don't ask any more questions, we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to go to bed at 1:15 in the morning, because those kiddies that are sleeping now, they will not be sleeping 6 or 7 hours from now. Let me tell you that. They'll be running around the house. Let's go Alexis first this time. I did Ash first the last time. Alexis, Sunday night when you're finished, what's a success? When you finish on Sunday night, what will make you think, hey, this was awesome, this was a success, this event was great? Alexis, I can't hear you.
Okay, I realized I was muted. Yeah, so I think what would make it success is if we have the majority, or at least all the, the best case scenario is all the participants walk away with their own plan. So I think this is something really interesting because we're doing this for the first time, is that everybody walks away with their personalized trading plan. And it will be exciting to see over the next month or two, the coaching groups, how this plan has helped them, whether it has helped them start to get be better traders.
Look, I really like that. And for one of a better term, Alexis, what we're looking to do is we're looking to weaponize these guys differently, right?
Yeah.
We want them to come out of here with better and more consistent trading weaponry. Ash, how about for you?
I would hope that people walk away thinking differently about trading. That would be the main thing. I think for anybody new, I hope that they can actually understand that there is a process that they can put in place to really hit the ground running. And for everybody else that has been trading for a little while, I hope that they think different. I hope that they look at it and go, okay, I'm a bit more aware now. So my thought process is different. The way I'm going to approach trading is going to be different, because if they get the lessons, if the lessons land, if I do my job properly, then that's what people should realize, is that there is a better way to become profitable as a trader. If you can find and see all the other aspects that are really important.
Guys, can you tell me if our links are working? So according to what I can see on Thrivecard, we've had 33 people look at the checkout and no one buy anything, and someone's told me they bought something. So I'm a bit surprised. Are you guys having problems signing up to this stuff, or is it working? Look, one of the things that's underway with us at the moment is we're having our websites rehoused, and this stuff takes a little while, but our website should be rehoused by Monday, Tuesday next week, because they have been disastrous, and hopefully that'll make all this stuff run a little bit smoother. Anybody having problems signing up, or is it all working okay? Do let me know. There's a bit of a delay on this stuff, so I'm just going to keep talking for a little while until we get there. Look,
so you're asking me about stocks as well when I do a stock course.
Yeah.
So I'd hope. It will be next year. I would have thought sort of maybe late spring, early summer. I think I could probably get something ready that would be.
For
really
people in Singapore that don't have a spring or a summer, that didn't help a lot at all.
Let's say middle of next year then.
Middle of next year?
Yeah, I'd say.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Look, hope you've enjoyed the show. Sooner, please. Yeah, look, guys, just a couple of things again. The trading retreat will be done from Singapore in the third week of January, around the 21st, for 4 or 5 days, the Monday from there. There'll be more information on that in the next few weeks as well. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. Obviously, that's a no sell. It's just people who have subscribed. Look, Noreen, if you're going to do it, you need to jump in, because we don't know when we're running it next. We haven't got another one scheduled. So if you want to run it, if you can jump in, that would be great. Do your very best. Have I missed any questions? I think I got all the questions. Look, guys, thanks very much for coming along. It's been a different show. Often on this show, we have different people coming on with all kinds of interesting stuff. And this has been about a strategy. It's been a little bit different. Thanks for coming along, and I hope you've enjoyed it. My guest next week, at this stage, it may well be Ray talking about his seasonal stuff for the following Saturday. Might be Peter launching the new version of the market scan. We've got to get that scheduled as well. That'll be scheduled in the next week either way. But we will let you know in the social media in the next early next week what I'm doing next Thursday. I'd like to have a trader and spend some time talking about trading. I think you guys. When you say Angie's class, Helen, do you mean Angie's broadcast group? Look, Helen, one thing about it, right? One thing you can definitely take Angie's broadcast group for a month, right? But I can't special that. She's about to go through the time she made a 6-figure sum last year on a seasonal trade, and she's gonna show you that trade step by step by step, right? I can't do that for half price or anything for 1 month, So we can do the annual deal because it's kind of, just to be honest, our people are bloody awesome about it. but I can't do you a half price first month and have you make 100K and pay you 50. That's pushing it for me, Helen. Even me, I'm pretty good at these things. That's starting to get a bit rough for me. So you can do it. Again, I think that the best deal at the moment. Look, and to be fair, she trades a bigger account, so 100K is not realistic. But I think that people could make 5 or 10K out of it this year if it goes really well. And that's if it goes really well. It's still got to move, and just because it moves a lot of the time doesn't mean it moves every time. But there's some really good money to make the way she trades. I think it really is a real no-brainer. And look, there's no doubt that as far as what I can see, the results that Ainsley and Julian get just are the best I've seen in these kind of groups in my time around. They have been exceptional, and they're both doing an amazing job. We are extremely lucky to have them. Any more questions, or shall I go? Thanks for. I'm sure you would, Helen. Thanks, Ash. Thanks, Alexis. And thank you guys for coming along and supporting my show. I'll be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. Singapore. It's my good wife will be back looking after the kids, so I won't have the camera on them in the background, just making sure they're okay. And thanks for your questions and your input today. Thanks for getting involved. And we'll be back next week to do it all over again. Look, I really do hope that we see many of you guys on the weekend. I think it's, look, again, I said this earlier. I'll get Maya to put those links back in now. I want to see if I can say this again. I'm doing a program where I'm letting you guys pay $25 tonight and do the event this weekend. Get a $500 trading account. I'm giving you bonuses. I don't know how else I can make it really clear. Crystal, are you coming on the weekend? You're one that should be on the weekend if you can be. I don't know how I can make it clear that I think this is a program you should attend. I don't know how I can make it clear that I think this is a program you should attend. I'm trying to make it really clear to people in the way we price the stuff and the offers that I think it's a program you really should attend if you can at all. And if you're an experienced trader, you'll be able to come in and out of the room a little bit while we do stuff. Looking forward to seeing you there on the weekend, Charlene. And once again, thanks everybody for joining us. It's awesome. It's great to look. It's nothing better than it's late here and it's been a big week and we're working long hours trying to get ready for the weekend. And you log in and you see all these people and you think, wow, this is cool. It lifts me up. I really enjoy it. So thanks for being here. It's good to see the regulars. It's good to see the new ones. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week. We'll be back with another guest to do some more. Noreen, James will send you the information about the program tomorrow. Yeah, I can't argue with that. I can't. Yes, I think you'll really enjoy it. I was thinking about I'll show you on the reader list. I think you'll really enjoy it. And yes, Helen, Ash and I both. So what you're saying, Helen, is that Ash and I are both looking tired. Alexa's looking great, right? I think it will be clear after the weekend, Paul. Hope you're joining us. Cheers, everybody. Look, I've been saying it about 15 times, but have a good, whatever you do, be to you as well, Helen. What's that mean, Ash?
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye. Whatever you're doing this weekend, guys, have a great weekend. Take care. And remember, stay calm and make good decisions. There's some interesting stuff going on in these markets. Big afternoon tomorrow with NFP. Some big stuff coming up around Brexit. US presidential stuff's got to get clearer in the next few days as well. Electoral College comes in on the 7th. So that should also, that's over the weekend, maybe Monday. It's fair, maybe Monday. So lots coming up in this market. Will be interesting, lots of opportunities. Thanks Lexi. Thanks, Ash. See you guys.
See you guys. Bye-bye.